Hi, Chris here. In this video I want to talk about a little bit more about the third dimensional life that we live in and looking beyond that. What I mean by that with this video is that way you look at me in this form, this is my 3D form of my physical body that you're seeing, and everything that we see around us is our 3D form of existence. At Truly Holistic, quite often a lot of the parts of our body are in the fourth dimension of existence, and now we are starting to ascend into the fifth dimension, which is just going up a higher frequency. And usually these other dimensions are in a form or a frequency that we're unable to see with our frequency of vision. So we can perhaps say the 3D form is more of a physical reality. We see everything in a physical form, very much like the way the medical system is today, and a lot of things that we do today are all based on the physical body and treating the physical body. All the ailments that we see that we feel are only what we can see, where we look on a CT scan, MRI scan within the medical system and working on the physical body. But I wanted to do this video because there's a lot of people out there, and people that come and see me at Truly Holistic, that have got physical symptoms, but when they go and get a treatment from the medical system or go and see other alternative practitioners about their physical things, and they're getting physical things done, it's not relieving the symptoms, and it's not relieving their chronic condition or their health condition or their pain. And that's perhaps because it's an issue that's occurring in the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, or lower dimensions under second or third dimension, and in dimensions that aren't in our physical reality of what we see and do today in this 3D form. So I just want to perhaps give you a few examples of what I mean. Now, our frequency of vision, we've got a limited frequency of vision of what we can see in this 3D form. For example, a cat or a dog, or domestic animals, they have a different frequency of vision to us humans. So a lot of the times, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. A cat or a dog, they're looking at something and they're very intense, or they're very afraid, or there's fear, and you look where they're looking and there's nothing there. Well, there's a good probability that there is something there in their frequency of vision that they can see, but we can't see it. Another example, for us to say that we see something and we can't see it there and they can, that doesn't mean that it's not there. It's just beyond our frequency of vision, our 3D form of vision. Another example is people that have seen ghosts or spirits of some kind, and usually the description is that they're kind of see-through, and usually a good explanation of that is because a ghost is a spirit. Our body is made of a physical body, and what houses the physical body, and what the physical body is the vehicle for our spirit, because our spirit is immortal. It goes on living more incarnations, and will use other vehicles and other forms to have past lives, future lives, and other incarnations. The only thing that is mortal is the physical body, because eventually that will die, but the immortal part of ourselves is our spirit. So when people see a ghost or a spirit, they see something that is kind of we can just see, which is really, it's on the borderline of our frequency of vision, and that's why it's not as the depth of what we see as the spirit is not in a physical form, not in a 3D form, because it's just borderlining on what we can see in their frequency of vision. So a lot of the times, cats and dogs, with the frequency of vision they have, they can see spirits more in what we see as a 3D form. Spirits require a lot of energy to be able to be visible towards closer into the 3D dimension of what we can see, and sometimes that's why we every now and then people see spirits, but really they're a lot more common than that. The spiritual world is all around us. There's things all around us that are there, but we just can't see them because they're not in our 3D form. So why I wanted to do this video, because I just want that awareness that maybe your health problem or your health condition or the symptoms that you have can be being created from something that is beyond our 3D awareness and our 3D existence. Life is much broader than that. The universe is much broader than that, than just this 3D format. And usually people that come to me with chronic conditions, we need to do more than the one session. We need to do 2 or 3 sessions or more, because we have to peel back the layers of what's happening with this condition. One of the layers could be your physical symptoms, but we need to go deeper, because majority of the time there is a dark energy component or entity component to your health condition, which is beyond this 3D existence that we see. It can lower your energy and your vibrational frequency, which is bring parts of your body or your spirit or your soul or your auric body and so on to a lower dimension. And when they're in a lower dimension, you're at higher, you've got a higher rate of getting all these symptoms and health conditions and problems happening to you, which manifest into a physical form. A lot of people that have got chronic conditions, they have gone to all these health providers or health professionals, and they haven't been able to give them an answer because they've been just solely working on their physical body. I have done a video previously talking about the difference between the medical system and what I do here at Truly Holistic, and why I call it Truly Holistic, because I'm looking at the body in more of a holistic form. I'm not looking at the body as just a physical form, not just the vehicle that houses our spirit and houses all these other components of what makes us a human. Auric body or quantum energy field and so on. Another example is people that have got addictions, whether that's smoking, whether that's an addiction to alcohol. Any addiction or any form is usually an issue with your soul, and your soul not being connected with the physical body, because the soul really is a part of you, your spirit, which continues as an immortal part of you, but it needs to be housed in its vehicle, which is the physical body. And when it isn't, then the physical body is always longing to reconnect with the soul. So if the soul is within a packet of cigarettes, then your body will always crave wanting to have a smoke, because the physical body wants to be with its soul. If it's within a bottle of alcohol, then it's always going to reach out for a bottle of alcohol, because the body always wants to be with its soul. And if that's if it's been detached from the physical body, then we can be addicted to certain substances and health problems can occur. So I've seen that there are improvements with trying to remove addictions from people when I've worked on their soul and reconnecting the soul back with the physical body. There's certain entities and things happening in the spirit world that they seem to like the soul being disattached from the physical body, so therefore you do have these cravings and those sorts of things which addictions can occur from. Another thing is that spirituality is a large component of what makes us and what makes us work. There's people out there that kind of think spirituality is the same as a religion. Now spirituality is essentially our spirit. And I think everybody out there understands that, that when we die, our spirit moves on, it goes to heaven or whatever we want to call that, or to a higher place. Well, spirituality is just an extension of our spirit. We all know that we have a spirit or a component of us that moves on when our physical body dies. It's just about opening ourselves and showing awareness and consciousness of our spirit while we are living. and then it's a big component that we need to be aware of and that we need to look after when we are alive and when our physical body, our vehicle for our spirit, is alive and currently working. So I work a lot, I work a lot within the spirit and all the energy components of the body, because if they're not working, then that manifests into the vehicle, which is our physical body not working. So if anybody out there would like to know a bit more about this, or would like to book a session with me at Truly Holistic, just go to my website trulyholistic.net, and you can go to the appointments page and you can book your own appointment. If you feel like you're not getting the answers from other health professionals because they are only working on your physical body, and like to know a bit more what we can find going a little bit deeper into your problem within the spiritual part of your body, within the spiritual self and all the other energy components of what make up you, make that appointment. Also put some comments underneath if you'd like, if you ask me any questions, or go to my website. There's a contact us page as well if you'd like to talk about this any more. Thanks for listening.